The main reason that it's so hard to sign copywriting clients right now is because most of you guys are trying to sell stuff that nobody fucking wants. Like, you're literally trying to sell snow to Eskimos. They don't want what you're selling them. So in this video, I'm going to lay out exactly what you don't want to sell them, and more importantly, what you do want to sell them, because the opportunity for this skill that I'm about to show you is fucking ridiculous, because one, nobody really knows how to do it well, and two, nobody's reaching out to brands offering this skill. So for the next 10-15 minutes, lock the fuck in, and I'm going to show you exactly what to do. So this is like the 10k a month copywriting school that nobody's doing. The opportunity is literally fucking ridiculous. So what I'm gonna do before I actually reveal it is I'm gonna show you what not to do. So as you can see here, I've got shit here because this is what I don't want you doing. Right, now obviously there's some caveats here and there's some nuance, but I'm gonna go through it. Emails. You do not want to be selling emails right now. If you're a beginner copywriter and you're starting to get into this, you just don't want to be selling emails, because one, the big agencies are going to take the good clients. You're going to be left fighting for the scraps, getting paid $500 a month to write fucking emails, which can already be done in Claude in about 30 seconds. Like, you don't even need to be that good at prompting to write a good email nowadays. It is so easy. You're writing to a warm list, right? Now, I'm not saying that there's not room for people who want to go and build a massive email marketing agency. There's loads of email marketing agencies that are making bank. But I'm speaking to you, a beginner. You're not going to be able to come into the market and compete with them right away, because they've just got too many case studies, too much knowledge and too much experience ahead of you. You're not going to be able to beat them in the outreach warfare, right? So emails, don't bother about that. Although, what I'll get into later is you can add that onto your service as part of the service that I'm going to show you. Landing pages. Now, again, there's a bit of nuance here too. I'm talking about basic ass landing pages for pretty much anything, like info stuff, right? Because info has changed a lot recently. You don't really need long form sales pages. Most people's info brands are run through content, DM setters, and fucking closers. All they do is just put up a headline with a VSL. There's no long form sales pages anymore. Obviously there is some in like cold traffic, but we're going to get on to why that's different and why that's similar to what I'm actually going to teach you in a second. So basic ass landing pages, and that's why I've put that here as well. This one, now I should not need to tell you this, right? Nobody is going to pay you to write Instagram fucking captions and stories is bullshit. I seen a video the other day, you might know who it was that done this video. They were talking about making like 25k a month writing Instagram stories. That is just complete fucking lies. Nobody in the history of copywriters has ever made that amount of money writing fucking Instagram stories or Instagram captions. It's a load of bullshit. And this is the other thing, because again, that is a low skill. Like, I wrote an email to my list the other day talking about beta copy and alpha copy, and it's basically kind of warm traffic against cold traffic. But if someone's on your Instagram and they're watching your stories, they're literally at the bottom of the funnel. You do not need to be an expert copywriter to write a story and print cash with it, right? So nobody's going to pay you big money for it, because they could get a fucking $5 an hour VA to do it. Like, you could train somebody up to do it with AI. That's what I'm saying. We need to try and switch out from anything that's easy to do with AI now. All that copy paste shit is gone. Emails, basic ass landing pages, and I shouldn't have needed to tell you that, but Instagram captions and stories. You're not making any fucking money doing that, right? Lead magnets and PDF copy. If you're like making fucking PDFs and workbooks and lead magnets for any type of like info offer, you're not going to make any fucking good money for that. You might make a couple of $100 here and there, but you're not going to make good money that's sustainable. And again, they all kind of lead into each other. And then social media posts like LinkedIn, Twitter. Now again, there's some caveats, because you could have a Twitter ghostwriting agency or something like that. Some of those guys make big money, but again, I'm just saying it's a low barrier to entry, which means it's a higher market saturation, meaning you're probably going to get paid less. And again, it's fucking warm traffic for the most part, right? Now, let's get on to what you should be doing, and then I'm going to show you how to actually do it. So, Good. This is what you want to be doing. Direct response, ad copywriting, stroke creative strategy. Now, what do I mean by this? I mean writing scripts that go on ads that get money behind them on paid platforms like Meta and YouTube for that matter. You write the ad copy that goes on the ad, that goes into the script, and you come up with the creative strategy behind it. That is where all of the fucking money is. Now, I'm going to list out exactly why. So, first things first, it's pretty fucking untapped. Obviously, you've got big creative agencies that you're kind of competing with, but you're not really competing with them because the people, the brands who are going to be working with a creative agency, that's not the brands that you would go for anyway, right? But it's pretty much fucking untapped because everybody that I know who's a copywriter writes fucking emails. I've actually never seen someone who's like, oh, I'm a copywriter, I write ads. Like, nobody really does it, right? And it's because it's actually quite hard to do. You can't just copy paste it. You're solving a money problem. Now, what do I mean by this? You're basically solving cold customer acquisition for them. So most brands, when they're spending money on Meta, ad costs are going through the roof. Typical like UGC videos and basic ass static images aren't working as well as they could. And a lot of these brands just don't have any level of understanding of direct response copywriting. They don't know how to actually take someone from a cold customer, like a cold person, into a paying customer. They don't know that journey. They don't know things like market awareness levels. They don't even know what their competitors' ads are like. They don't know the actual deep pain points of this person and what their real life looks like and what it would look like if the product solved their pains. They don't go deep enough, and they certainly don't know how to write something like a 5-minute long or 7-minute long or 9-minute long in-feed VSL ad that would probably just instantly fix their traffic problems. Because most of these brands are running like 20-second, 30-second UGC videos where they've basically just done a product send out and been like, oh, can you make a video with our product? Then they're running that as an ad, and then they're like, oh, why is our cost per click $5? And why is our cost per acquisition 3 times the price of the product? And that's where you can come in, and then you can be like, look, it's because this is cold traffic. They don't know your brand, and you're not calling out any of their pain points, and you're not giving them the journey to their desired outcome. So you're solving a money problem. Number 3, now this is kind of a big one. Your skills are going to stack with AI. This kind of leads into the part that I was talking about where not everybody can do this, by the way. So if you're a bit of a dummy, this might not actually be for you, because you need to know what good copy looks like. You need to have read multiple ads before. You need to be in Meta Ads library all the time. You need to be constantly watching what's going on, trends that are happening, hooks that are working, all that stuff. And you need to actually be able to write copy and edit copy, because obviously I've got a Claude project that writes my VSL ads for me, but when I take it out of there, I don't just take it out and copy and paste it in and be like, give that to an editor, because that's not going to fucking work. I'll take it out and I'll maybe edit it for like an hour and a half. It takes a lot of editing and a lot of back and forth, and the parts that go into it before that, like the research, the market research, the psychographic research, the competitor analysis, all that stuff that goes into leading up to writing the ad. This is the parts that most people don't have a fucking clue about. Like if you asked like an email copywriter, you're like, oh, can you tell me the 5 stages of awareness, Eugene Schwartz? They'd maybe be able to name them, and I'd be like, right, but what does it mean? And then it'd be like, I don't know. So you need to have a level of understanding about all this, and it's basically just direct response copywriting. I'm talking about ads where we put an ad out and then we get clicks and then we get purchases on it. That's what that means. So your skills actually stack with AI, meaning you learn all these skills and you work alongside AI. For stuff like email does 80 to 90% of the work. For cold traffic, it's like, I would probably say like 60%, maybe even 70% the human, and then 30% AI. AI speeds up a lot, but there's a lot of back and forth, and there's a lot of me actually thinking. Like for example, I was speaking to my friend about writing hooks for ads, and I was like, have you got any decent prompts or like stuff for writing good hooks? And he's like, I've not actually been able to come up with any yet. I'm going to try and build one. But he just writes all of his hooks off the top of his head, because AI still isn't able to like easily give you a really good prompt or make good hooks for cold traffic ads. So you just need to do it yourself, and you need to be able to know how to do that. So you're basically taking skills that were like completely taken over by AI, like email copywriting, like social media posts, like fucking Instagram captions. All that shit can be completely automated, almost 100% with AI. Cold traffic ad copywriting cannot. So you're not just getting replaced with AI, you're working alongside AI. Now, this is the other thing that makes this amazing. Low stress to high skill accumulation. What do I mean by this? 2 seconds till I drink some Monster. What do I mean by this? I mean, everybody for some reason when they get into the online money space, they get told, start an e-com brand, start a fucking agency, do this. And I personally think that starting an agency is probably one of the fucking dumbest things that a beginner could do, right? One, all that happens is, now I'm saying this because I've done it, right? I've been in this game for 4 years, I've fucking done it. 4 years ago, I started an agency and I quickly forgot about this part. Skill accumulation. All I was doing was chasing the fucking retainer, and I was like, right, 2k a month, there we go, another 3k a month retainer, another 3.5k a month retainer, another 2k a month retainer. And it's just stressful, because when you don't focus on this skill accumulation, what's going to happen? Those clients are going to fucking churn, and you're going to be stressed out because you're in constant acquisition mode. Now, what I'm telling you to do here, which I'm going to go over this full process and how to actually do it, but this actually lowers your stress because you're not in constant acquisition mode. Basically, what you're going to do is get one brand to work with in-house, or a very small number of partners where you write their ads for them or you do their creative strategy for them. You're not in fucking acquisition mode all the time. You're basically a sniper who goes out and goes, right, you're my fucking kill. This is the one that I get, and you're the one that I stay with, and I actually scale you up because I've got the skills to do it. And when you're actually writing, you're constantly writing ads and getting feedback from the ads manager, you're going to accumulate skills a lot faster. So that's number 4. Right, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to actually do this. The first thing that you need to do is find an e-commerce brand that's selling problem-solving products. Don't go for fucking fashion and jewellery or any of that stuff that doesn't have a pain point behind it. We need pain points behind it because we're writing direct response copy and we're writing direct response ads. I can't sell... Obviously, again, there's some fucking nuances to this where there's like jewellery that has some sort of pain point. But for the most part, jewellery and fashion, all you're doing is scaling off aesthetics. You're not selling with a pain point. So it needs to have a pain point because that's the type of ads that we're going to write them, right? You want to find a hole in their marketing and plug it. Now, go and watch my other videos to see what I'm talking about here. But basically what I'm saying is go through their ad library. And when you're going through their ad library, you want to be looking for things like, right, what kind of ads are they running? Are they running a bunch of fucking 30-second UGC videos that are just product send-outs with no script behind it? No thought behind it? Because that's probably where they're losing money. Are they not running any videos at all? They're just running basic-ass statics of like their product with someone holding it, some bullshit like that with no copy on it. Stuff like that. You need to look through and find holes in their marketing. And then you're going to plug those holes with something like a banger of an ad script, or a banger of a static ad, or a new customer avatar that they're not targeting, or a new angle that they're not using in their marketing. That's how you find a hole and plug it. You're going to then reach out to them via email or Instagram DM. I typically like to use email. Reach out to them with sample work. So that could be a VSL script that you wrote for them, a new customer avatar that you've wrote for them, a new angle, just give them the angle, a static ad, whatever it may be that's part of that, find the hole and plug it. You reach out to them with sample work, and you don't automate this. You do it like you're doing it completely manually, and you're actually trying to make a connection with this brand because you're like, I want to work with you because I've seen something that you guys are doing wrong and I think that I can help you. Here's a piece of work that I think would help. What do you think about it? Can we jump on a call? I've got a ton of ideas for your brand. Then, now, this is the big kind of difference. What I'm telling you to do here is offer to work in-house, or if you must have multiple clients, and you, like, personally, as a beginner, I think you should basically go and get a job, right? And go and get a job in a good e-com brand that is doing numbers, that's scaling hard. Because one, you're going to get a shit ton of feedback. Two, you're going to learn from people who already know what they're doing. Three, you're going to be spending a lot of money on ads and you're basically going to be working like fuck. Four, you can actually get really fucking high salaries. There's some copywriters and creative strategists who are making 10k a month plus from one fucking brand, from one role, and they've got rev shares and they also might have equity. If that brand then goes and sells for like fucking 10 mil, they could end up with like a fucking 6-figure payout if they've been there long enough. That shit happens, right? But I'm saying that you should go and work in-house because one, you're not going to be in constant fucking acquisition mode, and two, the skill accumulation, that part that I was talking about. Because as a beginner, this should be the thing that you're worrying about the most. Not the fucking money. Everybody wants to make 10k a month, who doesn't? But you should be trying to acquire as much skill as possible and become a fucking copywriting demon for cold traffic, right? Or if you must have a few clients, or maybe like one of the clients prospects is like, oh, I just want like 10 ads a month or something, we don't really need any more, then you can be like, right, I'll do 10 ads a month for X price, and maybe that's not enough for you, so you want to go and get another client. It all depends on how much time it takes you, right? And this is the other thing about the low stress. If you do this work in-house or as a partner, it's not actually going to take you that much time. Like, I've got a friend who's got a creative strategist, and his creative strategist works for like 3 hours a day. I think he writes 2 concepts per day, and then he's chilling, and then he's making like fucking 6k a month just doing that. And it's because there's so much value in the scripts and the work that he's producing. That's why he's able to make that much money. Now, here's the other thing. Because of AI, like I said, with that, like your skills stack with AI, you can actually deliver on most of the creative strategy part. Like, I'm talking about from scripting to giving them a finished video, because we've got stuff like this. Sora can make UGC videos. Google VO3 can make B-roll and UGC videos. You can make B-roll with this. We've got Higgsfield for images. We've got Nano Banana for static ads. We've got Claude for your scripting. Then you've got Gemini for like market research. You can take care of the full creative strategy process from start to finish as a one-man band instead of a fucking team of 20 people. Now, you might still need a smaller team. But it's not even a team, it's like you hire a fucking editor for some people, right? And then an editor costs you maybe $500 a month, but you're getting paid fucking $4, right? Or you might need a designer at some points. You're still going to need those people, especially an editor. You probably need an editor at some point. Or if the brand that you're working with, they might have an editor, and then you just use them. But what I'm saying is you can still deliver on 90% of this. So, hopefully that all made sense. If you want to learn more about this, as always, get on the newsletter, because I talk about all of this stuff daily, and you also get one of my VSL prompts to write an in-feed VSL ad that you can then use to go out and pitch prospects on. Also, I've got a paid product. It's called Ad Operator. I'm actually doing a workshop on Friday for the members in there. If you want to get inside, get inside. And if you're watching this after that Friday, then just get inside anyway, because it'll be recorded and be in there. So that's it from me. Like, subscribe, make sure you leave a comment, let me know what you thought, and let me know if you want any other types of videos, and I will see you guys soon.